For the people that are not having a lot of money right now, they maybe want to invest in Dogecoin, Shiba Inu.
Please don't, please, okay? The shitcoins are gonna cost you money. Bitcoin is the first and only blockchain that is truly decentralized. It is the most powerful computer network in the world, and it's scarce, 21 million. It's transferable. It's divisible. You know, you don't have to buy one Bitcoin. You can buy $10 of Bitcoin each week for the next 50 weeks.
Maybe you want to explain a little bit more why, where you got to that $2 million. I know the answer, but I think that's a good math.
All right, buddy. So it's quite easy. In 2018, based on numbers that I got from the Institute of International Finance, total global financial assets being defined as real estate, bonds, public company debt, public company equity, private company valuations, gold, commodities, currencies, all financial assets in the world measured in US dollars was worth about 900 trillion US dollars. Wow, that's a friggin' huge number, isn't it? 900 trillion US dollars. Okay, those are numbers from the Institute of International Finance, of which bonds are close to 400, or debt rather, total debt is close to 400 trillion of that 900 trillion. Holy crap. That's a big leverage in the system, but that's the reality of the world. And incidentally, the value of that debt is 4 times the size of the global economy. So the global economy is about $100 trillion, and the total global debt is 4 times that. That's another reason that we're in this debt spiral, and you'll never be able to escape the acceleration of the debt balloon only because of the interest that is required on that debt. But I don't want to go on to that aside. So $900 trillion, I think there's a good chance that Bitcoin will capture 5% of that total addressable market. Okay. So what's 5% of 900 trillion? $45 trillion, right? Not difficult math. 5% of 900 trillion is 45 trillion. How many Bitcoin are ever going to be mined?
21 million.
There you go. What is 45 trillion divided by 21 million?
2.1.
There you go, brother. There you go. 2 million in today's dollars, because this is numbers based on 2018. Okay. Now you'll say, Foss, why are you comfortable saying that Bitcoin will get 5% of this? Well, firstly, I believe it's the most beautiful store of value and hard asset ever created. It's better than gold. Gold is 10 trillion. And right now, Bitcoin is 1 trillion. So Bitcoin's going to go up 10 times just to get to the value of gold. Then it's going to keep going because it's going to chew into the bond market. Okay. The $400 trillion or the debt market. Holy crap. 5% is such a, but 5% is still a $2 million US Bitcoin in today's dollars. Pretty simple. Then do some math on it. Let's reverse engineer the chance that the market is telling me Bitcoin is worth $2 million. And how you do that is you do a binary distribution where X% times 0, which is the outcome where Bitcoin's worth 0, times the probability that the market says Bitcoin is going to be worth 2 million. According to today's trading price, and to use $50,000 just to make the math easy, $50,000 implies the market is only saying there's a 2.5% chance that Bitcoin is worth my $2 million target, right? 2.5% of $2 million is 50,000. That's where Bitcoin is trading. And the other 97.5% is that it's worth 0. I'll tell you, I'm not 100% certain, but it's way higher than 2.5%. It's way higher than the odds the market's giving me. So what do you do, buddy? What do? You
buy.
You close some, you buy some, we'll talk in 20 years, okay? It's really quite simple, yet people overthink stuff. Oh, the government's going to ban it. Oh, China's going to do this. Oh, well, look, Just sit back and understand that over time, Bitcoin, if you look at it in a logarithmic scale, is a beautiful ascending line from bottom left to top right. And does it go through 2 million bucks? I think it does, but it's got to get there first. So that's my target. It's not my limit, but it's my target. Okay. And that's why everybody needs to own a little, because if it does get to my target, you're going to look at your neighbor who does own some Bitcoin, and he's going to be buying your house because you need to sell your house. And he'll be like, okay, I'll just buy it with some Bitcoin. You see, it's called insurance.
I love it. And for the people that are not having a lot of money right now, they maybe want to invest in Dogecoin, Shiba Inu.
Please don't. Please, okay? The shitcoins are going to cost you money. Bitcoin is the first and only blockchain that is truly decentralized, okay? It is the most powerful computer network in the world, and it's scarce, 21 million. It's transferable. It's divisible. You know, you don't have to buy one Bitcoin. You can buy $10 of Bitcoin each week for the next 50 weeks, and at least you'll have $500 worth of Bitcoin. Okay. And that's the exciting thing. This is the most beautiful technology I've ever seen for creating and storing your energy. Like Michael Saylor would say, as an engineer, you're storing the value of your time and energy today so that you can consume it in the future. And it doesn't get stolen from you by more printing of money. And here's a pretty cool thing. In 1982, I worked installing asphalt shingles on the roofs of houses in the West Island, okay? And I'll tell you, I made about 40 bucks a day, 8 hours a day, working for $5 an hour in the hot sun. And man, it was tough work, okay? Mm-hmm. And you're sweating and you're dirty and your fingernails hurt and you're in the sun. And I made 40 bucks. Now, if I kept that $40 that improved the value of the house probably by $200 on any given day, the $40 that I earned by improving the value of the house by $200, if I kept it in cash, what is that worth to me today? If I turn around and try and use that $40, what can I get? A couple of beers and a hamburger, okay, for 40 bucks. I spent a whole day working 35 years ago to get a couple of beers and a hamburger now? What a horrible trade. Except the rule of conservation of energy, where my energy and time that I put into that house, if I had stored it in something like Bitcoin, you can hope and trust, because of math and code, that your store of value will go up over time. That's simple. As an engineer, I love it. As conservation of energy, I love it. As somebody who's trying to ensure the future of my children, I love it.
Nice. So Greg, I want to be respectful of your time. Sure. How much time you got left?
Okay, why don't you pick? I mean, I'm here for you. I don't want to cut you off, but you know, if we can wrap up in 25 minutes, let's say 25 minutes, or however long you want to go for.
That's perfect. Sure. Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
So you're a bond expert. So I want to have your opinion. I think everybody want to have your opinion on the Volcano bond.
Okay, great question. This is an interesting exercise in pricing risk in any market, okay? The reality is El Salvador is undergoing an experimental transformation that I believe is going to be successful. I believe is smart, but it's not guaranteed. And when something is not guaranteed, there's uncertainty and therefore risk, and you need to be compensated for that risk. They want to raise $1 billion. In today's money, $1 billion, it's a rounding error, okay? It used to be big money. Now it's a rounding error because the governments are printing so much money. But they want to raise $1 billion. And they want to do it in a instrument that has the opportunity to participate in Bitcoin upside, as well as paying a coupon of 6.5% that is substantially lower than what their current non-Bitcoin bonds are trading at. It's like 12%. That's not surprising because the Bitcoin component provides optionality or value that gets subtracted away from the yield component in total. So their bonds are currently, just for a number, let's say they're trading at 12% or 13.
I think so.
Just the 13% gets taken down to 6.5% or half of the total yield on the other bonds. Because why? Because there's optionality on the price of Bitcoin, and an option has value. And when an option has value, you take that out of your total charge. Okay. So why does it go down to 6.5%? Because the market is telling you, if this issue clears, that 6.5% is the right number for the value of the option on Bitcoin going forward.